Virgo, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've been well. Welcome to your weekly read for the 7th to the 13th of March. I hope you guys have been enjoying the month of March. It's a great one for you. Sun in your opposite sign, really sending through this real empowering energy. So, really be open to the good that's coming through to you. We're in the run-up to your full moon that takes place not this week, but the next. And so there's a lot of build-up of energy here, Virgo. I feel like you'll be feeling a lot stronger within yourself as the days come into the full moon. I think it's very important for you to remember that this is a time of culmination where certain cycles are sort of coming full circle. Things are beginning to finish up. You're closing out certain cycles, certain phases. And so it's very important that you're paying a lot of attention to the themes that are coming up at the moment. It's a great energy to really come into your true mystical self, to really own your authenticity, really trust in what's really calling at your spirit right now. There's also going to be, I feel like, a bit of a closing out to certain relationships, friendships, even places in your life. And so I think I would be really happy to go with the flow, right? Just take this whole season as coming out of your head in that very fixed air Aquarius season to now thinking with your heart. It's a very empathic season. The King of Cups, Pisces season, there we go. This is a very good sign for Monday because it makes me feel like the help that you've needed has arrived. Could come from a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is somebody who's very emotionally intelligent, really stable, very okay with the ups and downs of life. He's built his throne on the waves of the ocean and the treacherous and sometimes tempestuous nature of the water element. But it is one of those things where you really got to remember that cup is full regardless the weather he storms, the storms he weathers even. And so I think, Virgo, really place your focus on a really positive place. Okay, and I'm not sure who this message is for, but it's coming through really thick. You're a role model. And I feel like a lot of people come to you for support. And you maintain a very dignified decorum, regardless of the trials you might be going through in your life. Monday, I feel not only does the help that you need arrive, I feel like right in the nick of time, I want to say, but I also feel like this is almost a reminder, Virgo, that regardless of the storms that you've weathered and regardless of the ups and downs of life and how you're very much handling it in a very emotionally intelligent way, there's a need for you to really express yourself creatively through the arts or even the sciences, the occult sciences, if that's your thing. But I think even to really begin to see life through the lens of a movie and know that you are the king of your life. And so you really get to decide. Okay, and I would do it from a really royal and a really regal place, because the bigger your heart, and I've been saying this, and I've been saying this, and I've been saying this is the season that you really have to come through with your heart. And so this weekend that's just gone by may even have felt like your heart had burst open. And it's good because it leads you to a brand new place of discovery, right? There's new things to see. There's new things to conquer. And at the end of it, your heart is so versatile and robust. And so really put yourself to the test. And it's important to say also that I think when you're really trying to manifest and when you're really trying to create from a place of stability and dependability, you kind of have to really focus on the energy that you're pouring into your heart. And it's super, super important to say right now that the energy that radiates from our heart is way stronger and way more potent than that comes from our brain, even. And so it's a really strong magnet, your heart. And I think this Monday is probably a really, really good day for you to really focus on your heart. Like I said, I do feel like it is help arriving. And I do feel like this is an opportunity for you to come from a really open-hearted space. A really... the word abundant always comes to me when I think of the ocean, because it's the endless, vast amount of water. On Tuesday, Virgo, really working on your heart chakra on Monday really kind of works out, because there's an abundance of luck that's making its way to you, and what's been up must go, what's been down must go up. And so it's really important, Virgo, that you are acknowledging the fortune that's making its way into your life, the open possibilities, the things that you're now ready to create. This might even feel like an overnight thing, where your life just changes overnight, like a flip has been switched, or a penny has dropped, or something has kind of come to you, and all of a sudden everything's different, right? And life is full of this adventure and this energy that's full of the potential of magic. It's almost like fairy dust is being sprinkled all over you this weekend and into the build-up of this full moon. And so I want you to trust the magic of this season. Pisces season is the culmination of the zodiac. This is really the time when the veil is super thin. A lot of things will try to come through to you. Synchronicity, signs, numbers, places even. And it's important that you trust all of it, because they're omens that lead you to your higher self. And so not only is alignment super important, but I feel like operating from the strongest magnet in your body, which is your heart, emitting out those electromagnetic waves, really kind of focus on just how lucky it is to be you. That's beautiful, Virgo. Tuesday is really, this week, there's a positivity to it. And all of these lessons, they haven't been for nothing, Virgo. And if you dare think that you went through all of that to give up now, nah, you made up a much stronger stuff than that. Come on. Enjoy the rattling of my bangles, guys. Let's get some energy for the sign for Wednesday. Let's get some energy for Wednesday. Deep breath in for me, Virgo. Let's go. You know, moments where life might feel like they're down, it's a really good idea to get familiar with Source again. The Grand Designer. Have a word with him. On Wednesday, when Mercury enters Pisces, it really is time for you to stop thinking with your head and start thinking with your heart. Okay? There are cyclical routines that you get to decide about now. And if it hasn't just about made you sick to be on this repetitive loop, you now get to decide that you get to stop the rather monotonous up and down. Could be a financial balancing act. You're one decision away from putting down the limitation, Virgo. And Wednesday, Mercury moves into the sign of Pisces, and it loves being there. Mercury being your ruling planet. Pisces, let's think about it this way. It is the ocean. It is the depths of the ocean. It is without container. It's free-flowing energy. Mercury is electricity. It has no boundaries or borders. It loves the flow. Being in Pisces season, you're in the flow. right? You're in your element. You're allowed to express yourself as you wish to. Your communication becomes way more empathetic. And it's also leading you to this new understanding of yourself. And so without even knowing it, you're healing yourself on so many different levels. And it's a good idea to have your sonars on right now so that you can really listen to what the lessons that are repeating in your life are really trying to teach you. And if you're really sick of it, you get to put it down. And so Wednesday, your ruler moves into a sign it loves being in because you get to go with the flow. And for some people, this might be great because finally, after all of that, you're really in the flow of it. The balance is right. You know what you're doing. You've got your routine down and it's all making sense. It's one way or the other. But the thing is, the ups and the downs, the black and the white, the duality, the contrast is so educational. It's so informative. It's so enlightening. And every down has a promise of an up, Virgo. And so it's super, super important that you remember that. Even where you may feel like you're fixed in a repetitive loop, you're a decision away from putting that down. And Mercury might really have you thinking about where life might have been impractical. And Mercury moving into the sign of flow, your ruling planet moving into the sign of flow, is going to come through with the creative ideas that you may have needed. And on Thursday, when Vesta enters the sign of Aquarius, it's all about the freedom, baby. And it's hidden in plain sight. And like I said, it's a decision away. So the run up to your full moon this Thursday might begin, the energy might really begin to kick in on the 10th, where you've only got 8 more days left. So on Thursday, I want you to make a list of your triggers. The things that trigger you, the things that may have felt like you're in a monotonous loop. And I want you to work through them one by one. If you'd be interested in booking a reading, Rubyreadstarot.com is the website. The details are in the description box. Also in the, it's pinned in the chat. Take a look at the services there. There's a lot of healing therapies. And if you've been finding yourself stuck or not managing to get into alignment, as the energy builds into Virgo season, into this Virgo full moon, it would be a very good time to book a reading, to get clear and clarity on a few things, and just have someone else to bounce certain ideas off of. There's a lot of spiritual upgrades taking place at the moment, and it requires being made sense of. And so I say, take a look at the website, rubyreadstarot.com, book a reading, guys. Let's get into Friday's energy. So Thursday is about freedom. And Friday is the decision. And this is it. It's the final call. It's now or never, Virgo. And certain things might feel like they're coming up again. And so you've got a very important decision to make on Thursday. And I will say, do it with a clear heart and a clear head. Mercury moving into the sign of Pisces, your ruling planet moving into a free-flowing sign, is really asking you to go with the flow of a few things, and the things, the decisions, the conclusions, the decisions basically that have come up now about yourself, about your job, about where you live, about what you're doing with yourself, about your life purpose, about the way you view yourself and the way you see yourself, all comes to a head on Thursday. And so this is a really important time, and I want you to take it seriously because this impacts the next 1 year cycle, Virgo. Friday's energy is a decision, and you can make that decision really quickly and easily if you're in alignment with your highest and best good. And I've been speaking about claiming this wealth in this wealth revolution as we're in the year of abundance, the water tiger. North Node in the sign of Taurus. There's a lot of very important decisions to be made, and sometimes it may feel impractical, but you don't necessarily need to go through every step. This might be the time that you're jumping and working through steps, going past steps. On Saturday the 12th, try and look beyond your limitations. This is the season that will have you looking beyond the 3D, and how so important it is for you to get past your blocks. And sometimes that might be working on your chakras and getting aligned. Your crown chakra, your heart chakra, your solar plexus, and your root chakra in particular. It's very important to look at your blockages. It's very important to release and surrender. And sometimes it just helps to have somebody there doing it with you. And if you'd be interested in that, again, take a look at the website, rubyreadstarot.com. Friday, don't limit the potentials of the freedom. Financial freedom. It's a revolution, Virgo. And things want to come out. Things want to be said. Things want to be explored. Different options want to just open up to you. The way those cards splattered all around. And it's saying, yes, you are very slowly but surely heading to victory, and I think you know that the investments that you're making are sound. And even though you might have other people's opinions really trying to throw you off, because it may seem like you're putting a lot of work or effort or energy into something, but the thing is, you know what you're doing, and so please don't let yourself be distracted off course. Please look beyond the 3D. This is more about what's happening in your heart space. This is a very empathetic season that's calling for you to really rely on your imagination, because that's one thing you can really trust. Because it's something you control. And so Virgo, the Knight of Pentacles, is a confirmation on Saturday that not only are your finances growing, not only are people investing in your business and finances, but you got the bag. Stick to what you're doing, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Do not get thrown off. Not that this Knight of Pentacles would get thrown off, because look at that sturdy stallion he sits on. He knows where he's going. Don't listen to opinions that will belittle you, because it's nonsense and it's projections coming from people that really should just kiss your backside. And it's fear. It's fear-mongering, okay? And you're above that. Stay steady on your course. You're absolutely headed in the right direction, and the luck turns up when it's supposed to, and the inspiration turns up when it's supposed to, and decision time helps you decide where your energy really ought to be going, Virgo. And to whom? And to whose opinion? They're just scared, Virgo. Don't let them throw you off. Don't be ridiculous. Anyway, where were we? Sunday's energy. Sunday, for the Virgo Collective, for the 13th of March, 2022. Let your work and let your energy speak for itself, Virgo. 1818 on the clock when I said that. And what fell into my lap is the 8 of Cups. On Sunday, you are moving on to something way more emotionally fulfilling for you. I think you've just about had enough of what you have had to endure, and Sunday you move on in pursuit of happier, more emotionally contenting, more fulfilling, and more worthwhile pastures. This is it, Virgo. Big week, a lot of changes, very clear, very clear messages. Work through, bottom of the deck was the 9 of Swords, work through your triggers. It's important this week. Book a reading, rubyreadstarot.com. Smash the subscribe button, guys. Leave me a comment. I love it when you do that. Thumbs up. Mwah, kisses to you. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.